And I forgot to mention, Doug, you gotta you gotta bring us back on before the intro stops.
Okay.
God damn it, I'm an idiot. All right.
Hello, everyone.
Wrestle Shoot. We're doing Wrestle Shoot today. Yes, welcome back to another episode of Wrestle. Wait a minute. Oh
I'm
shit.
confused.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Ghosted. Today is going to be a fun one. Today is the brainchild of Mr. Damien over here. So, what are we in for tonight, sweetheart?
Well, we are investigating, or we're discussing the topic of woman in white, lady in white, white lady, that, many names, but basically this phenomenon where, people all around the world have claimed to see, either walking around somewhere, a woman in white, and then she disappears, or one of the big popular ones is some woman in a gown or dress or whatever is hitchhiking. They pick her up, and then either she disappears in their seat, or they they say off here, and there's it makes no sense to drop them off where they are, and but they obey their wishes, and then they call someone. A lot of these stories go back before we had cell phones, so they find a payphone somewhere, call the authorities, and they go, "Oh, we get that call every year on this night." Yeah, or
my favorite woman in white rip direction is the one that cries blood because she was, she died some kind of a tragic domestic violence kind of scenario, and then she actually kills whoever sees her. I like that one.
Yeah. There's a lot of those. Many different stories, different legends, different. Sometimes it's they're jilted by their lover or killed by their lover or something, and they kill the kids, and it's like a murder suicide, and now they're wandering looking for their kids. That's kind of La Llorona, and
yeah. Well, hey, let's not get too deep into this because we got some guests. But before we bring the guests on, Doug, look, it's the ring. Does this mean I'm gonna die?
Oh my God!
Is this the lady in white?
Days.
7 days full. What happens? What happens in 7 days, cocksucker? You gonna bring me a tortilla or something?
She's gonna crawl out of your sunglasses. It's gonna be the weirdest fucking thing. But then
wow. Well, hopefully she got big fucking titties and shiznit. Anyway. Hey, fuck you, Chris. Speaking of that, here's what we're going to go ahead and do. Let's bring on our guest for the night. Who's going to join us in this little party. So let's get started like this. Hey, Chris, I want to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Here, now it's Wrestle Shoot.
Oh, okay.
All right, and let's bring on our favorite fucking doctor. Brother man, you been body slamming anybody lately?
I beat the shit out of somebody. I don't think I body. Oh, I did. I did like the angle slam on him for the finish. So yeah, crushed an old guy, older than me. He's been wrestling still.
So, fellas,
nice.
Any knowledge about the topic tonight, or are we just gonna watch some shit and run with it?
Resurrection Mary. You ever heard of her?
Heard of what?
Resurrection Mary.
Resurrection Mary.
I
think I took that bitch out to dinner last week.
Yeah. It's
one of them back in the day.
Yeah. The one Doug was talking about, how they see a girl down the street and pick her up and they take her to a house and they turn around, she's gone. But then there was like a shawl or something left. She's famous. And that's one story that's going on for years and years. That she would just walk the street, somebody'd pick her up, drop her off at the cemetery, drop her off at a house. There's always some kind of different story to it. But sorry, Rob, nobody gets killed or nothing in that one.
Well, that's unfortunate. Doug, you think that these women in whites are buddies with Ghoul Girl?
Oh, you know, I don't know. There could be a whole collaboration conspiracy going on there with that one. I don't
We were
know.
supposed to have our own woman in white tonight, but yeah, she's not fucking here.
Yeah, we're supposed to have two. Ghoul Girl was supposed to be here, but for whatever reason, she's stuck in the red world. So
I don't fucking like having her on the show. She makes my balls shrink up.
Oh,
Terrifying.
Not
I mean,
good.
Christ, I remember when she was a baby. Don't
kayfabe.
Fabe. Well, okay, so like I don't know how many videos we got tonight, Mr. Damien, but
So
let's get started with this fun little intro that you made.
sure, we don't have a whole lot of it's. I was scouring YouTube trying to find legit videos.
It's hard, right?
Well, yeah, I'll get into my thinking after the intro, but it's like a lot of them were just made for fun, like entertainment, like which I can't.
Well, that's what I mean. It's hard to find anything that
I can't
looks
really,
halfway
throw stones in that glass house, but yeah, we'll do the intro and it's a little video
cocksucker,
essay.
we love the intro. Not that intro.
Right.
I
Okay.
wonder how many people just clocked off. Whoa, what happened? Why did you leave? Oh, well, I'm surprised Chris didn't close up the screen and bounce.
I was ready to close it up, man.
Ready when you
All
are,
right.
sweetie.
Yeah.
Where's the sound?
Legends of mysterious women in white or ladies in white go back centuries. In some cases, as far back in time as the medieval ages. Often referred to as a white lady, not for racial reasons, but for her attire. Either white robes,
Yeah.
white nightgown, or even a wedding dress. Supernatural beliefs have occurred throughout history. People of all cultures and ethnicities have held various beliefs in spirits, ghosts, God, and the afterlife. Interestingly, various cultures have developed, or depending on your own point of view, ended up with their own version of the white lady. But no matter what country or what culture, each variation of the legend seems to share at least a few underlying themes. Themes such as tragic love stories, where a woman's life is marked by heartbreak, betrayal, or simple unrequited love. Often a woman was murdered by her unfaithful lover and is said to now roam the earth looking for unfaithful men to punish.
She's hot as fuck.
Some white lady legends involve a woman dealing with infidelity by killing her own children to get revenge on her unfaithful husband and then committing suicide. Now her soul roams the earth in search of the very children whom she herself murdered. One can assume that she'll never find them because they've moved on to the afterlife, while she remains earthbound. Some white lady legends are linked to historical figures, such as noblewomen, royalty, or even queens and matriarchs. The tragic or mysterious circumstances of their lives might possibly result in their soul unable to move on, and they become a wandering lady in white. White lady myths often tend to be linked to a specific haunted location or landmark, where ghost stories and eerie experiences have become part of local folklore. From the UK, there is the White Lady of Willow Park. This woman in white is thought to be the tormented spirit of a bride who was drowned in the lake by her husband on their wedding night. Hispanic cultures speak of La Llorona, also known as the Weeping Woman. Popular in both North and South America, This myth speaks of a beautiful woman by the name of Maria who drowned her children in order to be with the man she loved. He rejected her, so she drowned herself in a lake in Mexico City. Unable to enter heaven, as it is believed, Maria was forced to wander the earth for all eternity to search for her murdered young. Legend says she will cry, which translates to, "Oh, my children." In some versions, La Llorona will kidnap children who disobey their parents, or snatch up wandering children who resemble her own. People who claim to have seen her say she only appears at night near rivers or lakes in Mexico. It is also believed that those who hear her weeping are marked for death. Her endless weeping is what gives her the name, La Llorona. Here in the U.S., we have many White Lady legends. The Headless Bride of Yellowstone National Park haunts the Old Faithful Inn. As the story goes, she and her husband were on a trip to Yellowstone. Supposedly, he gambled away all their money.
Oh, I've heard of it.
He bride used a loan from her father. The husband responded by beheading his wife and then fleeing the scene.
Sometimes you got to smack a bitch.
Yeah.
Old Faithful Inn structure that was built when she was alive. Of course, one of the most popular types of women in white stories that can be told of across the U.S. and even the world are where someone picks up a female hitchhiker, often in a white dress or gown, on some rural road in a sparsely populated area, and either she asks to be dropped off in some isolated place or she just disappears while still in the passenger seat. Generally, the driver calls the authorities at a certain point to report the incident out of concern, only for the authorities to say that they get a call like that every year on that date. Or
Oh, yeah, that bitch.
Yeah.
or by
We
someone
know that
else.
hooker.
Yeah.
One outlying legend that came across my research was about a woman in a purple dress. A purple lady.
Purple what?
This tale takes place on a typical stormy night. A man picks up a young woman in a rain-soaked purple dress to give her a ride home. She gives him an address to take her to, and the driver allows her to wear his jacket for the time being so she can warm up. As they're going down the road, she suddenly disappears while the car is in motion, taking with her the driver's jacket. He goes to the address she had given him.
That sounds like a hooker.
Much older couple. He asked them about this young woman.
She stole my glasses and she's
They explained that she died in a car accident on prom night 30 years prior. Nights like this one, she tries to get back home, but is never able to. Clearly, this driver was not the first to grace the old couple with his presence, claiming to have encountered their daughter. The couple tell him where she's buried, and the next day he goes to her grave, and there he finds his missing jacket.
At least you got it back.
Lady in White tales have inspired many stories and works of fiction throughout time. The pilot episode of the long-running television show Supernatural dealt with the concept
Love that
of
shit.
White,
Mhm.
a ghost who murdered the men who would dare to pick her up on the road. The infamous La Llorona legend inspired a movie in the Conjuring universe, named after the legend herself.
God awful movie.
Even I myself have been inspired by my own
Shit.
experience, as well as the legends in general, and am developing my own fictitious story, The Ghoul Girl.
Wait a minute, Ghoul Girl's not real?
As with any subject in the
Yes.
paranormal, belief or disbelief in White Lady stories will run the spectrum from complete non-believers to those who believe every tale. Most likely, probably lie somewhere in the middle. Where do you fall on the subject of the woman in white?
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Hold on.
Shit, the credits. The credits. Ah.
Wow.
No. Oh, I have to do that. There you go.
All right, dude. I love Night Screamer Productions. Great job.
Thank
So,
you.
A couple of immediate questions I have is, why are they always wearing white? And like, what happens if they're like overdosed crackheads? Are they women in white too? Cokeheads? Like, just only it's white right here?
Yeah.
No. So, well, actually, you know, when I was putting that little video together, the purple, the girl in the purple dress kind of stood out to me, and it's because of something you said. I think it was when Paul Dale Roberts was on with us. You said that, you know, a lot of times, like way back when, they didn't have a whole lot of options as far as clothing colors. It was like black, brown, and white. And it was like a really good point. I thought, oh shit. And I thought about that. And then I hear this story of a purple lady or whatever. And it turns out that's more modern tale, because like 30 years ago, she died on her way to the prom.
There was a purple dress for her to wear. Yeah.
Yeah. Prom dresses come in all sorts of colors. And then it got me even thinking kind of funny about, well, what if, what if 100 years from now, suddenly there's some rumor of, hey, I picked up this woman in an old-fashioned sports bra and jogging shorts. She was hitchhiking in the woods, and then she disappeared in my seat. And then they go, oh yeah, that's the lady that got hit 100 years ago in a hit and run, and she went down in the ravine, and they never found her body. And now she's a woman in jogging shorts and a sports bra. But it's the same basic premise of she's wandering and lost. I don't know.
Okay, well then riddle me this, fellas. Why ain't there ever naked women? Why are they always wearing some kind of a white dress? Like, why do we assume that clothing joins you in the afterlife? Like, your clothes didn't die.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
That's a question a lot of people ask. But it seems to be, there does seem to be, I think it's like more like they died in whatever they were wearing. And since they're confused, they're not like in heaven. They're not like fully, they don't know what's going on. It's like however the ghostly conscience works, they're subconsciously projecting their image. They think they should be wearing these clothes, so therefore they are. Yeah. It's almost like they're willing themselves to be in a clothed form, because they wouldn't want to wander around naked, because that's they might still have the I'm embarrassed by that sort of mindset.
Because the devil introduced shame in life and in death.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, it could be, man.
Any thoughts?
But she creeps me out, man. That's all to say.
Well, we
Creeps me out.
had a woman in white-ish episode in Texas in that graveyard across the street from our apartment. But we were drunk and we were smoking a little bit of weed. But we could have both sworn for God, there was a woman in a white dress wandering around this cemetery. But if there was, she either found a back way out or went to the other side.
Or the other side. Just disappeared.
And that's the same cemetery. That was actually after a bolt of lightning hit a tree when we were outside sitting in the rain. And this bolt of lightning hit the tree in the cemetery and caught the root structure underground on fire.
Wow.
So that's the real natural energy produced. What's that?
Yeah.
That was the first year we were there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
And it was amazing. It was like a bomb. Because the cemetery was really like our building and the apartments pushed right up to the street, across the street, graveyard. So it was right there.
Nice.
And we saw that tree get hit
Wow.
with lightning, who knows? Who knows what that may have stirred up in that cemetery?
Yeah, could
But
have
then
energized
he was
something.
wearing white.
Well,
Yeah.
I think the white represents like purity, and it like more approachable, like a wedding dress, virgin. People think maybe it'd be more approachable if it's like a demon or something that's trying to get
If I
close to
picked
you.
up a virgin bride ghost, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
What the fuck good are you? Get out of here.
Yeah.
And
I think
Doc,
they're all
Amy-
kind of like
Amy
succubus.
Amy comments in on about your Resurrection Cemetery.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
I saw that earlier. Yeah, it's pretty
Well, then screw you.
cool.
So yeah, and the thing is, like, I'm, they call it a gift. It's not a gift. Having that second sight, it's
Yeah.
not a gift.
No.
It's fucked up, and it's
Yeah.
fucked up for a little kid who doesn't even know what it's about. But I've
It's
seen
creepy, dude.
ghosts my whole life, and save for Texas and that cemetery incident, I don't think anything I've ever seen has been wrapped in white. You, Doug?
Well, there is the lady in my room.
Oh, the nightgown chick. Yeah, that's right.
Nightgown.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you saw her a few years later. For
The same one?
what?
The same one?
Yes.
We would assume so, but yeah.
His
I
house
was probably
very haunted for some reason.
I was probably around
Oh.
14, and I had woken up, and this woman, and it wasn't my mom, this woman walked into the bedroom, and she was in some sort of white old-fashioned nightgowny looking thing, and she just looked out the window, and then she just walked right back out my room. But I was like half asleep. So for several years, I told Rob about this a bunch, and for several years I wondered, I was half on, was I just dreaming?
Yeah.
Like I'm a hormone-ridden teenage boy. So I mean, is it like wishful dreaming, woman walking into my room, or was that real? It was kind of, because I was like, was I awake but also seeing my dream? Because sometimes, especially when I was a teenager, I'd have bat crap crazy dreams, and sometimes I'd halfway wake up to where my eyes open and I see reality, but then I'm seeing the dream imagery imprinted over reality.
Yeah.
And so was I doing that? But then that night that Rob and I were staying the night at my house, it was just us that night where shit was going crazy in the house. My parents were gone. It's like the cat's away, the mice will play kind of situation. Doors slamming and all kinds of crap in the middle of the night. All of a sudden, Rob looks up the stairs and goes, "Oh my God, there she is." What?
We were directly antagonizing whatever was
Oh,
there.
yeah.
We wanted to
Yeah.
see something.
Yeah.
So it
Oh,
wasn't just luck of the draw. But sorry, go ahead, Doug.
Oh yeah. No, totally. Yeah, we were definitely, two teenagers looking, starting shit and and doing whatever, and then looking for it, and yeah. But yeah, I mean, Rob suddenly it's pitch, or not pitch black, but it's in the middle of the night, and Rob goes, "Holy shit, there she is!" And
She is.
and I look and oh yeah, it's like, well, that's confirmation. I guess I didn't dream that one because now Rob's seen it.
Can
That
you see
was
like facial
chilling.
features and stuff of her? Can you see her clear
No,
like that,
but
or
she had
was it?
dark hair?
Was that?
That's it.
I
You
said
guys
no,
couldn't
but
see-
she had dark hair.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't like The Grudge down in front of the face.
No.
You could just see the coloring, like how a woman's hair would hang.
Right.
But
No,
no,
and
like I didn't see any facial features.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, from what I can remember when I was 14, when I saw her in my room, I mean, I could kind of tell she was probably whoever she was back in the day, her day,
Yeah.
probably an attractive woman.
Yeah.
And whatever happened, who knows what the hell back in pioneer days or
Yeah,
whatever
right.
the hell. Because this was that house that was brand new that I talked about. That shouldn't have been haunted, but was.
Yeah, I
So-
remember that. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And
That's-
it's so fucked up because if you think about it, like the gold rushers, the ones who couldn't afford caskets and all that, who died on the trail, they got just dropped in the ground in
Yeah.
some kind of a white ceremonial wrap. but then they would just lay there and decompose and disintegrate by the time this housing development was built.
Yeah.
But clearly, specifically at his house, there was something there that was not happy that he was there.
Yeah.
And they let him know that they were there, but they were never blatantly terrifying. It was pretty wild, but that was my first woman in white experience.
Yeah, there was. It's not really part of the subject matter tonight, but there was a experience in that house that I forgot to mention when Paul was on the show. And I got to share it at some point, but it was, yeah, you know, it's not really germane to Woman in White, but yeah, there was another experience I forgot to bring up.
Now, see, because Candace didn't join us on the show tonight, I'm going to refer to her as Candy for the rest of the night. Yeah, you heard it here, girl.
That's funny.
Chris, the hell? Oh,
He's yelling at
God
you.
damn. She's not kidding. Chris, what happened? Where you at? All right, well, we'll see if he comes back. So, I mean, what's your basic take here, Doc? Tell me
Say it
about
again?
tell me your basic take on this lady in white.
You know, if I would say to probably a demon trying to get close, finding somebody's weaknesses, using the female form, single guy. It's always one guy in the car that sees her. Obviously, she can appear. I mean, I've never heard of the story. I've never heard. Oh, a female. I hear one time that had picked him up, but it could be by nature. And the demon, the lady in white, was trying to lure them in and couldn't find a, got her to pick her up and got in the car, and they kind of like a succubus kind of felt the situation and didn't find any quick weaknesses that she can exploit to move her in. And I think to me that's probably more likely the story, to as far as a person walking the street and it's always the same story like this. The one, I believe they were at a prom down the road at this Hickory Hills Inn or something it was called, and they died on the way home. The boyfriend and the girlfriend and died on the way home. So,
wow,
it's always the same kind of story. You always hear something that's surrounded, like they said, it's some tragedy that happened, and this is what it's either she killed her kids or something. But I always when I always heard about it, I always thought it was like more of a demon, succubus type. The one up by us, they said that she grabbed the bars and twisted the bars, and you can go there and there's twisted bars. I think it's repaired now, but back in the day you'd be able to go up, and there was weird looking twists in two of the bars they were pretty. It was a little taller, if I remember. It was probably like 6 foot off the ground. So, who knows with that, what people are. If people are actually seeing something. I mean, there had to have been something at least one time to get the story circulating, Well,
so, I mean, when you talk about a demon, a succubus, versus like just a restless spirit, like that's a topic for a whole show. Like we could work a whole hour on that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But what I really want to ask both of you, Chris and Doc, is you guys see this right here in my glasses?
Yeah.
7 days, motherfuckers.
7 days.
7 days. Hold on, hang on. All right. Candy's threatening me. Let's see here. Sooner than later. I got no Well, it's sooner is right now. Later is like next show. So it's obviously going to be later.
It's going to be later. We
Jeez,
saw.
you gotta
hey, what was that plantation we went to? No, the other one, the haunted one. The Myrtles. We stayed the night at the Myrtles, and I heard of that one. I got a picture of the housemaid or whatever you call her. I mean, it's clear as day. She's standing in the window, and if you ever have a chance to go there, dude. Because I seen And
I
her,
want
like,
to do a whole
it was
show
nuts.
on location from there.
yeah, they'd probably
Yeah.
let you, dude, because we stayed in. We didn't get to stay inside the house. They got a little hotel on the side. We wound up staying there, and you could walk the grounds all night. You know, we went out and sat down and was out in the yard, and most of the stuff that we experienced happened like right at dusk up until it was completely dark. I went underneath the porch. I seen a man and I heard footsteps on the porch, and I was like, it's rigged. They did something here. There's some kind of little knocker that made his boots, dude. I went underneath the porch and was crawling underneath there and like trying to get pictures, and I got the flashlight out looking for weird wiring. Yeah, because it really was like it was so quick, and I'm like, I swear I just seen a man, and then I heard footsteps walking, boots, clear as day, man, walking on the deck, and they just kind of heard like 5-6 steps, and then that was it. It was done. So I went and looked, and then I found out we got the tour the next day, and somebody got shot and killed right there, and they never found out who the hell they never found out who shot the guy. So it kind of like went with it. But yeah, I went and investigated. I was underneath the porch, trying to just find anything, because it really was like all of a sudden there's a man standing there with a top hat. He was gone. And then the boot mark, like it was all when I seen him, it was like a quarter of a second, you know. I'm like, I see that motherfucker. Yeah, I saw somebody there, and then the boot, it was nuts. That place, if you have a chance to go there, man, that is a great place to go and just walk around and fire off pictures, because it definitely, there's something strange there. Definitely, you're
Wow.
gonna. I guess it was a field hospital during the Civil War too, and they keep finding, supposedly, which I can't see this being true. They've never done any excavating of the property. They never done any metal detecting or anything like that. And somebody found one of the swords from one of the soldiers in the little lake. So we went and we took pictures of the lake, and we got these weird. It looked like clouds, and it was only in the pictures. I don't think we got any video of it, but all of a sudden, like, there'd be this big tube in the picture, and it looked like a cloud, but it was maybe only 3 or 4 inches around, but they're all different various sizes and length, a few feet down to maybe like 8-9 inches. But every picture we took over there, that happened, and there was no kind of explanation, because there were no bugs. That's what it kind of looked like when you see a bug go across the infrared,
Right.
it kind of looked like that, but way bigger, and it looked like a cloud. And I'm like, and I'm showing her, I'm like, I took the picture, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the fuck was that? And took another picture, and there it is again, and I'm looking right at where I'm taking the picture, and there's no kind of clouds or bugs flying around. Like, there was nothing that
You gotta stop. You're making my dick wiggle.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Because I want to go there so bad, it's killing me. Let's do this. If you're free next week, shoot me over those photos. Let's show some photos and give some illustration to them. Let's talk about that location.
I'll definitely. I would really have to dig. What would those be? How long ago did we go there, babe?
Well, I don't know. She has the whole session. She just said so.
It was the wedding anniversary.
Is that her talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in the background. She's in the front room.
I know.
Yeah,
she
I will
called me,
definitely
Robert.
look.
Why did
I know
everybody call me Robert?
I know I have the picture of the maid, because that was taken off of my phone, and a couple other ones that I walked around and fired off. I'm gonna have to dig them out and look for them. But I know I definitely have them. They're either on this phone or my old phone, and I just charged that one up the other day, so I'll be able to find them.
Well, we're getting a little long in the tooth here, fellas, and we've only watched that one video. You got anything else compelling we want to throw up and get into?
So I have about 6 videos, but I know we're not going to get to all of them. So
You know what? We
I'll
can
show-
always do part 2.
true. So yeah, here I don't know. You might have seen this one or not. Let's take a look. See here.
Do let's.
Ooh, that looks creepy.
It's in the Middle East somewhere.
Can't say it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks creepy though.
Yeah,
That was
started off
very
creepy.
well put on. No,
Huh.
that was 8
Yeah,
pounds.
that was. Yeah, I know. I was like, well, okay, that could be a costume where they got one of those fake heads and the person's real head is back there and the head's kind
Yeah.
of hanging down and they're kind of doing a thing. Something that occurred to me though when I was trying to find videos, which was if some of these women in white are like they look like a living person and they seem solid like a living person, solid
Right.
enough to let them get into their car, and then they can even like open the door or wear a jacket. It's like if we found a video of possibly a real woman in white, would we think bullshit because it just could be a person there? I kind of want,
That's a good point, but the over exaggerated,
Oh.
I'm coming to get you.
Oh
And,
yeah. And
Yeah.
the weird sound.
Yeah, and you definitely wouldn't have kept the camera on it. You would have turned your tail and ran as fast as you can and not look back. You know.
You
Well, I don't know
are
about Rob
in
and
a
I. We're
car. Run her ass over.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was in a car too. Get up on that bitch. You know.
I don't know.
Like,
I'm
the
just
windows
crazy
are
enough.
up
I
and the
might
door's
actually get
locked.
to go.
Fuck off.
What are you?
See, I would if I seen it, I would definitely have to at least open the door, get out and investigate, and maybe not go past the door, but I would still be like, "Yo, bitch,
I
what are you
would have
doing?"
got out of the car, rolled right up on her, said, "What are you doing, stupid?" Like I would have totally approached her, right, Doug?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
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 That's funny.
We've proven we don't run. I mean, unless it's a certain thing I don't want to say. There's a certain thing that Rob and I will run from, but it's not ghostly things or paranormal. So
Okay. What I need to know,
But-
what is it? What are you running
Spiders.
Oh God, why'd you say it? Don't tell
Because he
people.
asked. Hey, I'm being a good host, sir. The guest asked the question.
I can
and
relate.
answered.
I can relate for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I've got about a 3-inch scar down my forearm from a brown recluse bite. I hate them.
Oh damn,
Yeah.
that sucks.
And I've just had that fear just because,
Yeah,
just the visual just hurts my brain. So
But
it's
we
funny
want-
because if I'm just out doing something, like if I'm sitting here and I got a spider on me, I'll jump up and scream like a little girl. But if I'm working, like I'll be like walking through webs, like, get out of the way, you fucking stupid spiders. I don't care if they're on me, but boy, yeah, if it's I don't know why. It's pretty weird how that works. But my buddy had a tarantula, and he's like, I got to show you something. and he's got his
No.
back to me, and he turns around with this fucking monster in his hand, and I was like, "Whoa! Ah, get it away from me!" Like I almost
Because
smacked
it
it.
was a monster.
Yeah, it
That's
was a
that's
big
when I
furry
leave
one.
the that's when I leave the Doug Damien shaped hole in someone's wall
Yeah.
as I'm fucking running away.
Yeah,
It's like,
All the way down to the fibers of hair.
that's
yeah,
funny.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, that's about where I
So
was at,
close.
dude, with it, man. I was like, no way. But like, if I would have seen it, if I was working, I would have just smacked it out of the way and kept doing what I was doing. Like, it's weird how that works.
So, Chris, let me pick your brain for a minute here, babe. What's
All right.
your overall take on the phenom of the woman in white? Because this isn't like it's just a United States based occurrence. It's global and it goes so far back.
I don't know, man. I don't know too much about it, honestly, but she creeps me out a little bit. I don't know why. I get a bad vibe from her.
So you're just here for the screen time.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. I could tell your spider story, but I don't want to. But
I was waiting for you to do it, but you didn't, and I appreciate it. So shut your mouth.
yeah. Where you jump on the couch and
before
like
I
a little
mute
girl
you.
and flare your arms in the air.
So probably the
Uh-oh,
best
what
video.
happened?
So probably the best video I got. It's a little lengthy. I mean, it's not too bad, but it's from Omar Gosh TV. You
I
tell me
love
you like.
Omar.
Yeah, so this was a pretty interesting one, and I threw in some red circles and little things just to,
Fuck yeah, let's play it, babe.
all right. Let me hold on. And getting used to this new screen sharing thing. And then I have to do that, and then that shows up. I'm just thinking out loud.
And we all want to see you doing it. There you go.
I know. There you go.
Somebody smoking a cigarette behind us? Is there a cigarette?
Not yet, but that's a great idea.
What the heck? Is that your cigarette?
No, mine are all white.
Let me see.
I swear.
What the heck? I swear I saw somebody like smoking a cigarette.
It is actually.
It is lit?
It's not even lit.
It wasn't me.
I swore that I saw like a cigarette being
Wow,
smoked,
it is.
and it was like in thin air. And when I turned my light on, the cigarette was on the ground. And it's not even the cigarettes that Tracy smokes. You know that I don't smoke cigarettes, so I'm not sure who was smoking that cigarette. You need to run right now. Run, 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 run!
All right, that was pretty fucking cool.
Dude, there was something right behind you.
I felt it.
You okay? Oh my gosh. There it is right there. It's like a white figure in a dress.
An animal.
Say hello, but no, there's no way. There's no freaking way.
Let's go say hello.
You look like an animal.
Are you okay? Are you at peace?
Oh, fuck.
We mean you no harm.
It's a freaking.
You want her to attack us?
I don't know, but I was scared. I never have been through anything like that before, and I'm just like, it freaked me out.
All right, let's just get back to the car. Are you okay?
Goddamn,
So-
Omar was really young right there, wasn't he?
So, were you able to see what was in the red oval? Were you able to
but
make?
I did see in the beginning. I did see that bit.
Okay, because for some reason on the podcast, it's a lot darker on my own monitor when I was clipping it all together. You see it much better.
Oh, sure. Sure.
I was
Blame it
I
on
was
the
able to
fucking
see it.
podcast. Oh yeah, look at Doc over there kissing that ass. Kissing that here. Let's do this.
I was able to see it.
There you go, honey. Now you guys can be
I'm the host.
me and Chris.
By the time we get a good host.
Feud versus you guys.
That's funny.
Chris, what's your best line ever? Do you remember?
What? Fuck you, paying me.
No. The other one.
Which one?
We've climbed over tougher guys than you on our way to a real fight.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
like weird
I
sayings.
like. Here's what I like about Omar is he try you could tell he tries very hard to make sure that things aren't put on, right? Like he doesn't want anybody looking at his videos going, "Oh no, you had your buddy in the background pulling this string to that wire." Like that's why his videos are generally so creepy yet uneventful. So for him to
Right.
catch something like that, and with his reaction, watching as much of Omar's stuff as I do, I buy that.
Okay, but I was kind of on the fence about it because again, thinking, well, it could have been legit or it could have been. It's just it was such a blurry white sort of thing. But then again, it was close enough to them to where it would have, if it was just a person, say in a costume, they would have been as clear
Yeah.
as Omar and his friend, but it wasn't. It was something else, and that to get that, I mean, to have the video edit something to be blurry in the background, and then you step in and you're not blurry. That's a lot of. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's a lot of work to do that. And I kind of think, I kind of tend to think a little more on that this was legit.
And they say
Chris,
when people see stuff, it kind of shimmers like that too. Like it was hard to tell with that one.
Well,
Yeah.
another cool thing about Omar is he doesn't try to lead you, but by suggestion
Yeah.
of, "Oh, did you see that? That was the woman in white." He goes, "You need to run. You need to run."
Yeah.
That's
What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Run!
Chris.
Yeah.
What you think?
Yeah, it was.
I'll go. Doc's got to say something.
It was. I was just gonna say it was hard to tell with that one if it was editing or it definitely. I don't believe it was somebody, like he was saying, in a costume because you would have seen. It would have been more clearer and,
Right.
It didn't look like definitely not a costume.
I was on the fence about it in the beginning, but towards the end, it looked like it was like more horizontal, looked like some type of animal running back and forth in the background.
So, what's your verdict?
I think it was probably bullshit.
Oh,
Bullshit for Omar.
It was great editing at the beginning, but then towards the end, you could see the animal, the dog. It was like a dog or wherever it was. It was something running back and forth.
haven't you seen The Exorcist? Maybe it was some bitch crab walking around.
Yeah.
Oh, that's creepy, dude. Don't bring that up, man. That's creepy. That freaks me out to this day.
That's funny.
So if one of us, like if we were all hanging out and one of us paid a contortionist chick to walk in on doing a crab walk, that would freak you out.
It'd be worse than Rob jumping on the couch, flaring his arms in the air, screaming at the spider.
It was a joke for your. To
It
make
was
you
real. I
laugh.
saw your face. You were
piece
legitimately
of
scared.
Shit. It was just me and you. I was trying to get a laugh out of you. The spider was like the size of a fingernail clipping. You piece of garbage.
No, it was a little
Oh,
bit.
fuck you.
Hey, them little fingernail clipping size spiders are scary as fuck too.
Yeah, they're the small ones will get you.
But
Yeah.
I made a big dramatic scene about a spider coming down from the ceiling in our wrestling school. And I went, oh God, there's a spider. Chris, get it. I jumped up on the couch. I was making like I was pulling my skirt up. And this cocksucker ever since has been running around telling people that that's real. And that's how it really went down. You,
And people believe me.
I know they do, you fuck. That's his.
That's the way
him
it went
getting-
down, brother.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
him getting back at me for convincing everybody in California wrestling that he was actually a head case that will snap on them if they fuck up in the match.
Yeah, you ran that joke
Everybody.
for years. Worked.
It was great. Yeah, dude, people were, but hey, they showed up to wrestle you in their best form, didn't they?
Sure.
You're welcome,
Yeah.
prick. All right, that's gonna do it for today, right? So let's come. Do you want to, guys? Do you guys want to do part 2 with us next week?
Yeah, we do
I,
that.
I should be able to.
All
I
right.
should be able to take part.
Then we'll come back and we'll do the New Orleans terrifying fucking joints. Yeah, let's book out some good fun couple of weeks coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Sure.
So wait, you motherfucker, you still in my seat. Move. There. Sorry.
So Candace wants to do it.
What?
Whoever Candace is.
Yeah. The wife.
Did you say whoever Candace is?
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
That's his.
That's my wife.
Candy's
Is that who that
coming
is?
to video soon. Thanks,
She's
Rob.
been on Wrestle Shoot twice. Remember, we thought they were broadcasting from a courthouse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the first time. Yeah.
That was the VFW.
Well, of course, no ridiculous show that Rob Wild is involved in would be complete unless I went a little bit more wrestling. So,
Oh yeah.
there you go, brother.
It's such a mark.
Here it is. What you gonna do, brother? Yeah.
All right. So that's going to wrap it up. Yeah, Doug, any parting words of wisdom?
I would say just if you see some chick,